Yeah, it's just, you know, it's too bad because me and him have a lot in common, but his. Yeah, it's sad on his part because it is true. We have a lot in me and him have a lot in common, but I don't know how to put it. Well, I apologize right off the bat, so I don't know what the.
What's that?
Maybe it's one.
What's up, buddy? Pretty good.
But how are you supposed to know what his wife is when you never met him before? You know, I understand he's probably got pissed because I said something that but then that's what his wife was. But it's like, dude, I didn't even know your wife was that. So come on. That is what it is. I can't. It's like I fucked his mom or something. I don't know. No. No. Yeah, right? Haven't seen it in years. Right? Yeah. Oh well.
Oh, pretty good.
We could hop on and play
Good to hear, bro.
Call of Duty with him.
Going to be. Nobody's been on, so. Gotcha.
Yeah, I'll back out. I'll join your guys' Xbox party. Yeah. Two. What? Who the
Shit,
fuck
sweet.
was just talking? Yeah, I gotta leave that too. Yeah, 12 gigs.
12 gigs.
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. I don't know if Xbox had one or not, but PC side did.
I did.
Oh. Tired of always having to download these shaders shit. Crap. Connect. still haven't made it where you can join through Xbox, through a PC to Xbox. Stupid. I wonder if you can join them through the Xbox app. Or...
Got a truck? Get decked. Get organized. Get to work or get out of town. Organize your tools and gear in full bed-length drawers. Decked is built with American steel right here in the US of A.
With close to 3,000 horsepower, Sal's Dodge Viper is currently the second fastest rear-wheel drive car across the half mile at 234 miles an hour. On top of this, it's also run as quick as a 696 at 215 miles an hour in the quarter, all while being street legal. Now, power is one thing, but managing that power and getting it to the track is really the key to these sort of times and numbers. So we're here with Chris Delgado from ProSpeed to find out a little bit more about this car and the tuning behind it. So Chris, let's start with the power package. Now, the Dodge Viper is not maybe that well known in these top speed events, and their availability of aftermarket parts is maybe a little bit more limited, particularly when it comes to the engine block. There aren't the availability of aftermarket billet blocks. So can you tell us about the engine fitted to this? What's been done to it to make it reliable up around those 3,000 horsepower levels?
It's a factory block. It's basically a piston rod setup, 9-to-1 compression ratio. It's a 540 cubic inch, so it's slightly larger than factory.
Now, for those who work in Metro, that's close to 9 litres, so it's a big capacity engine. Also, for those not familiar with the Dodge Viper, it is a V10, so it's 10 cylinders.
Correct. Steve Drummond actually did all the engine work on it. They put a lot of time and energy into working out all the issues early on they had, and they've, I don't know all the little tips and tricks that they've got going on in there, but they've definitely been able to make it pretty reliable at the power levels that it's at now.
Now, in terms of the power per cylinder, being that it is a V10, the specific power level per cylinder is perhaps not as high as we may expect on a typical V8, but still for a stock block, it's getting very, very high. And one of the aspects here, because the factory block is an alloy block, generally we don't get the reliability or integrity in the cylinders, so I understand this engine block has been fitted with sleeves to improve the strength there.
Yeah, it is a dart and sleeve block, and one of the other common things that they do on these is they'll run like a steel main cap as well. So.
And that steel main cap just improves the reliability for the main bearings and holds the crankshaft a little bit more securely.
Correct, yes.
And in terms of that crankshaft, that is another area where the engine is modified. I understand it's also running an aftermarket crank.
Yeah, I believe it's a Velasco, something like that, yeah.
Now, the engine really is there just to remain reliable. The key to actually making the power, though, of course, is getting the airflow into the engine, and that's where the turbochargers come in. So can you tell us what turbos are fitted?
It has some pretty old Gen 1 Precision 91s. I believe they're cast wheels, and I don't think it's even a billet compressor, but the car makes so much power so easily, there really hasn't been a reason to upgrade to a newer, more efficient turbo yet.
Now, also talking to Sal before this interview, the packaging on the Viper is problematic. I mean, it's a naturally aspirated engine from factory, so there isn't a huge amount of room there for turbos, and that upgrade from the 5-year-old technology, the turbos on it now, to the current Gen 2 Pro Mod turbos, the Pro Mod Gen 2s are a much bigger turbo, so that creates a problem with fitment, yes?
Yeah, definitely. They're very tightly fit in there, and pretty sure that we wouldn't be able to fit the newer ones in the same location. It would definitely require some extra modification to make it work.
Now, you've talked about a 9-to-1 compression ratio, so straight away that sounds like it's running on a gasoline-based fuel. Can you tell us what the fuel is?
Up until this weekend, it's been primarily on C16. Because of the duration of the half-mile run and the kind of cylinder temperatures and things that we see, we decided to start switching over.
Too bad Battlefield 5 was in crossplay. That'd be cool.
More tolerant fuel. and we just feel more comfortable running it with this kind of load on the engine.
But hop on the Xbox.
So the difference
play that.
between those, you've said it's more tolerant, is there an octane rating difference between the C16 and the import?
Yeah, C16's 116-ish. VP import, I believe the effective octane when you add
video.
So I can video call someone on their smartphone even if they don't have a portal?
That's right. Think of all the people you'd call.
Well, there's you and...
With close to 3,000 horsepower, Sal's Dodge Viper is currently the second fastest rear-wheel drive car across the half mile an hour.
Thanks a lot, appreciate it.
If you like that video, make sure you give it